What if I told you that by the end of this video you'll have a fully working SaaS live on the internet with real ads running on it? Today I am going to show you the complete process of building a product with AI from absolute zero. We'll start with just an idea, but choose the right tools, build the product, fix any issues along the way, then deploy it and connect it to the web and even monetize it. So while we are building, I'll explain how to choose the right tools based on what you're trying to create. So let's get started. First, choosing the right tools. All web coding tools may look same, but some are made for games while some are made for apps. Even in the tools that are made for apps, some fail to generate complex apps with heavy backend. So first I got this document open. You can get this document in the description. Now in this document I have listed the top 6 tools that you can use to build apps from scratch. The first one is Anti-Gravity IDE. This can build any app with complex backend or heavy code. Base 44 is only for building basic apps with only frontend, and Emergent can build any first version of any app, but you will need to use Gravity or other vibe coding tool to continue the project. Replit is a paid option to build any app. ChatGPT and Gemini are best if you pair them with Base 44, Emergent, or Anti-Gravity IDE. They can create the plan of your app. Now, how to determine if your app is a complex or simple? First of all, the base plan will be made by ChatGPT or Gemini, no matter if it's complex or simple. After you make the base plan, you can manually tell if it's complex or not. Uses backend and frontend or involves calling APIs, then it's a complex app. But if it has basic login and usage with no backend at all, then it's a simple app. Next step is planning the app. Now open ChatGPT or Gemini and type the prompt in simple English explaining every key detail of your app, and it's optional to mention the code language and etc. Now I already know that my app is a complex app, so I need to choose between Anti-Gravity or Emergent. I'll go with Anti-Gravity plus free hosting via Netlify and Render for backend plus Supabase as database provider. Now let's paste the description of our app into ChatGPT along with this prompt that you will get in the document file below. Now, ChatGPT will generate a final prompt. It may ask follow-up questions if you do not mention the details correctly. Now, take that final prompt over to Anti-Gravity. And now, once we hit enter, Anti-Gravity will start building the app. It may take some time because it needs to create the complete code base. Once the code base is generated, then ask Anti-Gravity for guide on setting up the ENVs and running the project locally. Now, as Anti-Gravity said, let's head over to Supabase and copy the ENVs. Now once we got all the ENVs, let's head back to Anti-Gravity and paste them into the ENV file as Anti-Gravity described. Now after that, let's run the project locally. As you can see, I got some errors. It is very common to get errors on the first try because AI is not perfect yet. After some iteration, the anti-gravity generated a perfect app. Now you need to directly visit the app and check for errors in the UI because it's very common that they do not show up in the code base or terminal, but they show up in the UI. Finished testing the UI also. Everything looked good and now the app was ready for publishing. So this is the guide on how to create the apps with completely using AI, and I showed the complete process. But for who still want a guide, I'm working on an ebook that I will put it for sale on Amazon KDP and then post about it. Stay tuned for updates.